Yo, 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 it's Big Ant the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in. We outside real quick, getting a little bit of exercise in. Just trying to break a little sweat, make sure we stay a little active, keep the blood flowing and the juices flowing a little bit, man. You know how we do. Uh, we outside, man, and we moving, man. Trying to get it done, man. We always on the move. We always on the go, man. We got to keep the show rolling. We got to keep the show going. Got to keep the show going. We got to keep the show rolling. My nigga BP in the building. Let a few more people get up in here. We're going to get it started, man. Um, I want to set the table. I will drop the link for anybody that want to come protest in a second. You can have any opinion you want to have, but we don't negate the facts on Urban Politicians TV. I understand that we are in a time, in an era of niggas just think getting on the internet and saying whatever is a part of the game. Nothing to prove the facts. Mine is information based. I'm going to give you the information and then give an opinion based off the factual information. Now you can see it how you want to see it. You can feel how you want to feel about it. But let me tell y'all something. I hope y'all not raising y'all kids that way. Because all you're doing is crippling society. Being extremely overweight is unhealthy. I don't care how good they tell you all people that are big or overweight are. And this is not nobody's struggle, nobody problems, but it is what it is. Uh, Kids not listening to adults, kids not doing the proper homework is going to eventually cripple their mind in training for when they get out into real society. I'm just giving y'all facts. You can say what you want to say. Uh, Jumping out there early and doing something for women. Selling your body at 19 and 20 years old, no matter what got you in that situation. I understand certain women come from certain backgrounds where they had to figure it out on their own. Parents wasn't there, daddy issues, touched or abused. We're not supposed to tell you that that's the way to go. Now, I'm not going to judge you. That's ultimately on what God decides for you. But committing to that and trying to tell other people that, oh, you're being this or you're being that or you're shaming me. No, we're not supposed to tell somebody else to do something when we know the dangers of that. There's nothing, we live in this world, man, um, doing hard drugs. If you're doing hard drugs every day, it's going to be a chance you're going to end up getting caught up in a cycle of addiction. Now, we're not going to judge anybody or put nobody down for that. We ain't going to look down upon you, but we still should be able to come on here and say, hey, you should stop that. Right now, backlash and fear of speaking the truth and not wanting to be looked at as a hater is making people get away from standing on what we raised on as a people. Uh, Somebody that is disrespectful and is blatantly disrespectful, and you know it's disrespectful, but you choose to make excuses for certain people to give certain people a pass for the disrespect because you just don't want to have to face or to deal with it. No, we're not doing that. And all in all of what I'm saying is, bro, I'll even go to this one. Acting like the Democratic Party is something that the black people should be committed to is a lie. It's a bold-faced lie. We're calling things as they are in reality. And I want to make this clear because I got a lot of weak men. Y'all are weak. You're weak and you're shameful because y'all always go to, well, the Republicans ain't no better. I don't care who is better, fam. Start listening to understand and not respond when you come to Urban Politicians TV. If y'all want that dumb shit, go over there to them channels that's going to give you the dumb shit. We'll cover the dumb shit and we'll have fun as well. We do that here. When we speaking on factual information, all that old circle talking stuff, I'm from Ace Time, bro. Let me tell y'all the difference between me and what I'm pushing and how I'm living and what I stand for. Let me tell y'all the difference, y'all. These dudes are talking for content and views without trying to have a proper stance or raise awareness or push a grounded, respectful level of thinking. They just saying whatever. They're trying to win arguments instead of get the facts across. I don't try to win arguments. That's for females, my nigga. Winning an argument is for a female. I try to get a point and a fact across. So when dudes get into conversations and they just want to start winning arguments, they will say anything. I never grew up like that. That's like a female trait to me. That's beneath me. That's low-hanging fruit. Can't nobody tell me about my lineage. No, I can be told about my lineage because people can give me information that I don't know. I don't have all the facts. I'm always willing to learn. I'm always willing to grow and do better. But you're not going to tell me about being black and how I'm supposed to feel about levels of movement and action when it comes to black people. I think we got these things misconstrued now, but it's a nigga like me that got to come over here and tell you what being black in America is and why I never let a nigga tell me how to feel, especially somebody that ain't from my culture, especially somebody who ain't grow up like me, especially these outsiders. I don't care what they think, and I don't care what other black men think, because most of them niggas be hating the ones that got something negative to say. You niggas could never tell me how to think or feel. Nigga, I can't. Nigga, my granny, when it come to being a black man, nigga, my granny is 95, my nigga. My granny 95, nigga. My granny 95, nigga. My granny 95. You understand? My other granny was the cool cup and candy lady. The lady that sold pickles out the jar. Yeah. I don't know if that's too much culture for you niggas. My other granny was the cool cup lady and the candy lady and sold the pickles and all that. They grew up, nigga, they ate pig. I ain't never ate pig feet a day in my life. Niggas ate pig feet. You understand? I grew up getting a gang of ass beatings. Best thing that could ever happen to me, nigga. Thank you. If you ever beat an ass as a parent, grandparent, whatever, I needed it. I'm glad I'm old enough to know I needed it now. Because I see what didn't happen when you start seeing how some of these kids moving. They respect ain't there. They knowledge ain't there. They don't have no values, no morals, no integrity, no character. They all followers. They let everybody else tell them how to think and move. They'll sell their soul for $1,000. Yeah. It's different over here, dog. You're not going to box me in, and you're not going to tell me how to think, and you're not going to tell me how to feel. What type of man would I be to wake up and let other people tell me how to use my mind to play their little games? When somebody is telling you something other than facts, or to see the facts the way that are not true, that's called manipulation. And anytime another man tries to manipulate you, he's not showing you respect. That's disrespectful from where I'm from. These are facts. I grew up drinking out the water hose, y'all. I'm an outside baby. I grew up going to the fucking park at the pool and dunking and slamming niggas in the pool, killing man with the football. I'm not like a lot of these niggas out here. Just saying. We don't care about no tough shit. We don't care about no gangster shit. We don't give a damn about how many. None of that. That doesn't do anything for us. Can you go cash all that shit in? Can you cash in your street credibility? We can talk about that. We cover that at times when it's necessary in certain ways. But I don't let these outsiders and these goofies that ain't grow up how I grew up or come from where we come from telling me how to think, how to feel. And you for sure not about to talk about my people like we a monolith. You're not talking about my people like we a monolith. I'm going to punch back. And if you keep playing, your heart don't belong to me. I'm going to rip it out your chest and make you hate yourself. Keep it cool. Keep it cool, because I'll rip that heart out. A nigga hate you, yeah, with facts. I ain't got to get on the internet and lie. I'll make you want to take your heart out your chest and throw it on the ground with facts. Let's get to this case, man. Karmelo Anthony, turn me up and hit that light. Turn me up and hit that light, man. Nigga, we grew up going to church every Sunday, nigga. Full-time members. Then when I go to my auntie house over the weekend, nigga, we got to go to church too over there. Nigga, you stay up as long as you want to, but you better be in church. And they not waking you up, nigga. You got to set your own. Once you get to a certain age, you better have your own alarm clock set, nigga. Bible study every week, nigga. After school. And for niggas, you know, times are different now. But with that Bible study and that after school, you know, that's when you was able to build relationships with niggas from other schools than yours. Who know about the all-night lockouts at the churches, nigga? We used to stay at the church all night. Or you go to the skating ring, lock out and be at the skating ring all night. Yeah. It's different. So let's wake it up. Karmelo Anthony. The reason I put he will not be found guilty of murder in a trial based on what we have heard and seen, he will not be found guilty if this murder case goes to trial. Karmelo Anthony has not been indicted of murder, y'all. This case happened April 2nd. He's out on bond. He was arrested April 2nd. We're nearly 2 months away. We less than a week from 2 months. Let me repeat that. We are less than a week from 2 months of Karmelo Anthony's being arrested. Now, an indictment can take however much time an indictment takes. But for y'all to sit up here and act like it plays stupid, and I'm not even talking to I'm not even talking to other people. I'm talking to black people right now. I'm talking to black people. Because I see what black people on the internet saying about Karmelo Anthony. And I'm like, you niggas is lost and go be lost. You think, I see a lot of black people are insecure and they hate themselves. So they think when they get around other black people, they look smarter or they look like they more elevated and educated because they might have a decent job or they might be more financially successful. Just because you're financially successful don't mean you're successful in life. You could really be making all the money in the world and hate yourself. You're not more successful than that nigga who make $40,000 a year, loves himself and everything he got and appreciate everything he got and follows God and worship God and look at himself, nigga, I don't gotta sell my soul, nigga, I'm happy. I got food on my table. My kids straight. My kids love me. I got a nice car. I got a car I can drive. Me and my wife put together and we make it. See, nigga, we come from, nigga, let me tell y'all niggas something, nigga. My granny got 10, it's like 10 of them. Nigga, my daddy, it was 10 of them. You think they ever cared about money growing up, my nigga? My daddy it was 10 of them, nigga. Brothers and sisters. 10. You think they ever cared about money growing up? Come on, nigga. My granny, it was 10 of them. Other side, it was 10 of them. Niggas get to talking this money talk like, come on, bro. But it's black people because they insecure and they hate themselves. If you don't love yourself, but you love the money that you're able to make, And that's what makes you love yourself. You failed in life, my nigga. Because you know, just like I know, like Pimp C say, man, this jury, these cars, all this shit, man, this dope, this good to have. We grind for it, we work for it, we love it, but it ain't our world. It ain't our world. Nigga, they can take all this shit away today, I'ma still be me. But a lot of niggas, they gonna want to cut their throat because they can't get a bitch without it. We don't have them problems in H-Time. We don't have them problems in H-Time. We don't have them problems in H-Time because we raised a little bit different. You got some niggas out here that subscribe to that. But if you an H-Time nigga, you know you ain't got to have all that materialistic shit to get a female, bro. We from the South, bro. Niggas know. It's niggas that got far less than other niggas. And niggas rather be around them niggas than more than they be around the other niggas with everything. Nigga, if you know that, you know that. You'll be, nigga, you'll have a family that's doing financially good, better than everybody else on the street. But nigga, everybody gonna go to the nigga house on the street. Nigga, he got the hood house. His shit messed up over there or whatever. Nigga, he ain't living the best, but hey, he the cool nigga. He the cool nigga that everybody love. Nigga, he ain't got nothing, but everybody love him. And we don't even look at each other like that. Yeah. So we don't even know if it's a knife, y'all. An actual knife. There's rumors. Have y'all seen an official piece of documentation that describes that knife? Yes or no? There is nothing on record that has been made, solidified, and factual that this is what the grand jury is going off of to indict him. We know he got stabbed one time. This is coming from the reports. Let me tell y'all about this Caysen Allison case. Caysen Allison is about 2 hours away from Frisco, a place called Belfort, Texas, or Belfort, Texas. It's in the Killeen area, up there kind of by Austin and everything. There was a stabbing there in high school a few years ago. God bless the soul of Joe Ramirez. Jose Ramirez, Joe Ramirez. They were beefing. They were going back and forth. They had already had an altercation at the prom event. It was understood that they was going to fight. He even, on record, it went into the courtroom. He made references about fighting them. Said he didn't really want to fight. He did say that. Said, man, I don't want to fight. I got to graduate. And a friend even suggested to him that they shouldn't fight. But it was understood through like Snapchat messages that they were going to fight eventually. Well, they ended up running to each other in the school bathroom. When they ran into each other in the school bathroom, they start fighting. There's an 8-second video of it, of the fighting. And in the 8-second video, from what was described from people who were in the courtroom, the reporters, you see 2 guys fighting, 2 on 2, 2 sets of 2 fights going on, because they all ended up in there as a group. So they ended up fighting a 2-on-2 fight. They're in the high school. They're in the bathroom. He pulls out the knife and stabs the guy 4 times. Hit the heart area, if I'm not mistaken. Stabbed him in like the buttocks. I think he hit him in the side and somewhere else. It like went the way that he stabbed him. I guess he stabbed him at an angle. But he hit him in like the buttocks and it went up to like his stomach. Then he hit him like, I think the chest, and he stabbed him 4 times though. He hit some major in the heart area and that killed him. He ended up bleeding out. The kid runs from the school, bloody, runs home, throws the knife, gets home, is on the phone talking about the police go arrest him. He gets charged with murder. A month later, he gets a bond. Similar situation. They raised a GoFundMe for him as well. A few years ago, people donated a bunch of money to him. Caysen Allison is white. Caysen Allison, the guy he stabbed, is Hispanic. His name is Joe Ramirez. Once again, rest in peace. The trial just ended, y'all, a month ago. This is Texas now. This is Texas. Should he have just fought that out? Yes or no? For everybody who said that Karmelo Anthony should have just fought, I need to know now, because we like the truth over here. Should he have just fought that out? I want a yes or no answer. Should he have just fought that out? Pico in the building, high thoughts. Should Caysen Allison had just fought and not pulled out that knife? It happened in the bathroom now, at school, not at the track meet. I seen a lot of people asking, a lot of people commenting, why did he have a knife at school? Should Caysen Allison have had that knife at school? I asked a simple question. If you type out paragraphs and stuff without answering the question, I'm blocking you today. Go make another account and come back and try to troll. We blocking it today. We answering questions. Should he have had that knife in school? Yes or no? Should he have had that knife in school? This is inside the school bathroom during school hours, during the lunchtime. They in the bathroom. Should he had that knife in school? Okay. Because I've seen a lot of people saying that Karmelo Anthony shouldn't have had the knife at the track meet. You know, that's what got put in my comments. That's what I see online. What is he doing with the knife at school? So, should Caysen Allison have just said it's nothing but a fight? So let me just fight and it's over with. Because I even seen the state prosecutor say that Karmelo Anthony, the worst would have happened to him would have been a fist fight. He should have fought. That's the most racist shit ever. And see, I don't mind racism, y'all. I'm going to call it out. I'm going to go against it. But I want you to tell us how you really feel so we can know it. Because do we think if a black kid went up to a white kid that he's bigger than, and that white kid pulls out a knife and stabs a black kid bigger than him, they're going to say that white kid should have just fought that black guy? Yes or no? I want to ask that question again, y'all. Do we think if a black kid that has weight and size advantage went up to a white kid and told him he needed to move, no matter where he was sitting at, not the cop, you don't have a level of authority, even if you call it protecting your team. If that black kid pushes that white kid, that white kid decides, I'm going to stab him. Do we think that same prosecutor, I want yeses and nos, is he going to tell that smaller white kid he should have just fought him? The worst that would have happened is you got beat up. See, I'm not letting these people tell me how to think, bro. I don't need them to make a decision for me on how to feel. And we'll read precedent of law. We have similarities here. School grounds, high school students, school grounds, high school students, and a same weapon and a disagreement and altercation. Except in this case, when it comes to Caysen and Allison, they had prior altercations. They had prior engagement. They had got into it before already. He got found not guilty of homicide, y'all. Not guilty of murder. Caysen and Allison stabbed him 4 times in the bathroom. They had prior engagement, prior arguments, prior discrepancies. It was over some, just from what I read and understood, sound like it was over some girl stuff. Sound like it was over some girl stuff, pretty much. They already had agreed that they was going to fight one day. They just didn't have a date set, but they were supposed to fight out of school. So this is something that's brewing up. They said he's not guilty of murder because there was no proof of intent to kill. In the state of Texas, for you to be found guilty of murder, there has to be proof of intent to kill. Now, do they hang niggas and certain niggas get the short end of the stick? Of course. But that's what happens when you don't have right legal representation. When you have good legal representation, for you to not get charged for murder, all there has to be is something that can be doubted. Did he intend to kill this man? Did he intend to kill this man? I'm giving y'all Texas. However y'all opinions is, go take some time off and Google it yourself. Hold on. We'll play something for y'all real quick. I'm going to play the case analysis. Then I'm going to let me sit down for a second. Then I'm going to even give y'all, I'm going to let the experts tell y'all about the Texas laws, not your opinions or your feelings. You know, go tell your mama about your opinions and feelings. She want to hear. We give the truth over here. Hold on real quick. I have to find that one guy that is speaking. Give me just a second. We will find it. Hold on real quick. It's so crazy how y'all really show how y'all feel and y'all really show y'all true colors, but then y'all don't want to accept it as that. But I don't need you to tell me who you are. Just show me who you are. I don't need you to come out and admit how you really feel. I don't. You don't got to admit what you stand for. You don't got to admit to me that you really a racist or you want to see the black dude go to jail, but you want to play a blind eye to the white guy got off for the same exact thing. You don't have to come tell me what it is. I know what it is. Hit that like and turn it up. He was stabbed. Austin Metcalf was stabbed one time. Hold on. And you know his team wanted him to get off all around, of course. That's what they got paid to do. Hold on. And I'm not telling nobody family how to feel. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, tree board. You know what it is. That's exactly what it is, tree board. This is exactly what it is. Why do we got to sugarcoat it? Shout out to tree board. You can feel how you want to feel. I'm not telling Austin, and God bless Austin's soul as well. Rest in peace. I'm not telling Austin's family how to feel. I'm not telling them to not be mad. I'm not telling them not to want to see him in prison. See Carmelo Anthony in prison. See, I think that y'all try to like box everything in one. This is why I'm big on Urban Politicians TV. And even in my personal life, I like to separate opinions and conversations because everything is not going to be all in one package. Because whether your family member died or not, or they're in the wrong or not, you might be the person that don't want to accept it. And I'm not going to tell you how to feel about your family member losing their life. I'm not. But when we having the factual conversation of what went down, we got to speak the truth on that. You should keep your hands to yourself at all times. Keep your hands to yourself at all times. Let me play this for y'all. Let me know if y'all can hear.
Josh Teetons, McLennan County District Attorney, who's here to share some of his legal expertise. Josh, a verdict came down today, and it was for criminally negligent homicide. Please tell us what that means in layman's terms.
Yes, ma'am. So that has to do with the mental state of the defendant, the suspect in this case. And if you are charged with murder, you have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that they committed that offense.
We are joined now by Josh Teetons, McLennan County District Attorney, who's here to share some of his legal expertise. Josh, a verdict came down today, and it was for criminally negligent homicide. Please tell us what that means in layman's terms.
Yes, ma'am. So that has to do with the mental state of the defendant, the suspect in this case. And if you are charged with murder, you have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that they committed that offense, either intentionally or knowingly. Below that is manslaughter. That is a reckless offense mental state. And in this case, the jury came back and said those were not met by the state. In fact, it was only criminally negligent homicide, which has a low burden of...
I'm going to replay this again. For the people who don't like to listen. I want y'all to listen, bro. This is the state law. Intent to kill is how you are indicted and convicted of murder. They can indict you on a murder. You get indicted when there is an intent to kill.
We are joined now by Josh Teetons, McLennan County District Attorney, who's here to share some of his legal expertise. Josh, a verdict came down today, and it was for criminally negligent homicide. Please tell us what that means in layman's terms.
Yes, ma'am. So that has to do with the mental state of the defendant, the suspect in this case. And if you are charged with murder, you have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that they committed that offense, either intentionally or knowingly. Below that is manslaughter. That is a reckless offense mental state. And in this case, the jury came back and said those were not met by the state. In fact, it was only criminally negligent homicide, which has a low burden of negligence, as it's titled, much like a civil case with a car accident. That could be a negligence level. If a reasonable person should not have been speeding, should not have been driving erratically and caused an accident. Or another example, if a business owner is aware that there is a broken step and they refuse to fix it, somebody slips and falls, that is a negligent level. And that's the level that the jury had to find the mental state that defendant was in.
And on that highest level for murder, what does that mean in a court of law?
Absolutely. So those all have varying degrees of punishment. So the biggest difference with murder versus negligent homicide is going to be the time. Murder is 5 years to 99 or life, and in the case of negligent homicide, that is a state jail felony with a maximum of a 2-year sentence.
And we were talking about intent a little earlier. What is the difference in finding intent in those two different
Here you go.
charges?
Yeah, so the jury would have had to found that he intentionally by his action.
Hold on. Let's bring that back.
5 years to 99 or life, and in the case of negligent homicide, that is a state jail felony with a maximum of a 2-year sentence.
And we were talking about intent a little earlier. What is the difference in finding intent in those two different charges?
Yeah, so the jury would have had to found that he intentionally by his actions wanted to cause the death of that other individual, either by knowing that his actions would do that or specifically planning and intending to do so. They did not find that. They thought that instead a reasonable person standard should have known that that gross deviation of bringing a knife into that bathroom could have and ultimately did lead to the death of that other individual.
And as for the jury, what is the burden in them deciding?
So, intent. Y'all heard it right there. He would have had to knowingly, and there would have had to been proof of him knowingly wanting to kill Austin. Meaning, I want Austin to die. Planning to kill Austin. And y'all don't realize, man, it's so many niggas that's walking around free in Texas on self-defense. This case here just got a lot of hype to it because of the news, the media, plus they're teenagers, and none of us want to see this happen with kids. You don't want to see this happen with nobody that's 17 years old, bro. We don't want this stuff to happen. This ain't what we rooting for. This ain't what we wishing for. But I dropped the link, though, if anybody want to come speak. This ain't what we want. This ain't what we pushing for. But we're not going to come in now and other people have walked. Even though Caysen Allison got found guilty, y'all, he's not going to do 2 years in jail. And he stabbed that dude 4 times in the school bathroom. To our knowledge, because we don't see all the evidence that the grand jury is making a decision off of, we haven't seen any of that. But with what we have seen, there wasn't any prior beefs. There wasn't any prior issues. There wasn't any prior fights. It was none of that. This happened on the fly. Raymond Brown, I bet he did cry when he found out he passed. I bet he was concerned. You want to know why? Because he's not a killer. Karmelo Anthony is not a killer. He already had enough credits to graduate high school, y'all. He's graduating high school. And like I told y'all, I'm good with the truth. Austin's father does not have to lie to me. He doesn't have to tell me he forgave Karmelo because I know he doesn't. He didn't. I know he didn't forgive Karmelo. Your son hasn't been dead, has not passed away for 2 months. And you want me to believe through the jury process, the fact that his parents are saying, hey, man, I don't want my son going to prison and he did this out of self-defense. That would mean that your son had to cause his own death. That means your son actions led to his death. You're not ready to accept that yet. And I'm not telling you you're supposed to. I'm not telling you you're supposed to accept that or be cool with that at all. You're not. You do what you make that decision. But don't come over here and tell me that you forgiven them, but then you go down to the school board building, to the faculty office, and try to protest them graduating high school and getting a diploma. See, y'all let people piss on y'all and tell you it's raining. I'm not even talking to certain people anymore. I refuse to because it's pointless. Niggas want to talk in bad faith. Man, go do that with a hoe, man. I'm not doing that shit with niggas no more. Grown men talk to each other like grown men. If you can't talk to me like a grown man, don't talk to me at all. No man will be beneath me ever as a human. No man can be beneath me in the physical form. I will never look down upon another man in the flesh. I'm above no man. But I am above men mentally. Because a lot of men, the way that I was raised, and I'm not changing from how the way that I was raised in the core. A lot of men move and think in a way that I will never move and think. It's beneath me from where I was raised in the way that I stand, in the way that I live. Your mindset is beneath mine. You're not beneath me in that form. But the link is dropped if anybody want to come join. The link is dropped if anybody wants to come join. Now, when I talked about the precedent of law, somebody said that these cases is not similar. Fam, high school stabbing by high school students, they will find a way to make this a precedent of law if they need to, bro. To show. You want to know why it's going to get brought up? Because it showed a stabbing can get somebody a negligent homicide. The thing above a negligent homicide is a manslaughter. He stabbed him 4 times and his didn't even get charged for manslaughter a month ago. If anybody wants to come join, this is the time now. And I saw the headlines and the blogs. He was already charged as an adult, y'all. He was going to get charged as an adult regardless. That's not even an update. Yeah, who have a knife? In law, a precedent is a court decision that serves as an authority for similar future cases. The doctrine of a precedent, also known as stare decisis, requires courts to apply the law consistently in cases with similar facts or legal issues. The doctrine aims to promote consistency in judicial decision making. Consistency in judicial decision making. Let me say that again. Consistency in judicial decision making. The purpose: to ensure like cases are decided similarly, promoting predictable and consistent legal principles. The types: binding and persuasive. Exceptions: the doctrine is considered weakest when interpreting the Constitution. Courts may reconsider and overrule constitutional decisions if necessary. If necessary, they can do that, but are they going to be able to? Would they do that here? High school students, altercation, disagreement, use the same weapon, and on school grounds? If anybody wants to protest, you can come protest now. I did drop the link. Um, Hold on. Karmelo Anthony has not been indicted at this time. The case will be presented to a grand jury likely before the end of June. The grand jury will decide to indict or no bill Anthony. There are no dates set or anything yet. The Collin County District Attorney Office is prosecuting Anthony's case. A grand jury will review the evidence and decide whether to formally indict him on the first-degree murder charge filed at the time of his arrest, or on a lesser charge such as manslaughter. If indicted and later convicted, Anthony could face a mandatory life sentence, though as a 17-year-old, he will be eligible for parole after 40 years. Mind you, y'all think that Karmelo Anthony is going to get treated in the courtroom like a TK? TK got life for what he did, right? TK will be able to get out. He's 24. TK will be able to get out. 40. He got 80. So she didn't stack his time. Let me rephrase that. If she would have, the judge actually gave TK an opportunity to come home. Believe it or not, it don't sound like it, but he was found guilty by the jury. The main thing that the judge of TK case didn't do that gave him a chance at life, and that's because he didn't get the capital murder conviction, but she could have not, the ball was in her court to say, I want to stack his time. Stacking his time would have mean he had to do 105 years. He wouldn't been able to come home. But by her saying, I'm not going to stack it, means you're eligible parole in your 60s. So TK, even if he get denied the first time, just depending on how he do his time, how he move, how he do that, he'll be home about 70 years old. Maybe even in his late 60s, maybe 68, maybe about 68. Do you think that this is the same situation where I'm going to get 80 years and do all this time? If you want to come join, you have to go type this link in your browser. Shout out to Mika Sim. Say this is first time catching a live. Appreciate it. First time catching a live. We outside with it. Had to come get a little exercise in. Let me call my nigga BP real quick, man. See if this nigga going. What's up, boy? Nothing on this live talking about this Karmelo Anthony shit. Yeah. Right now. Oh, okay. Nah, hey, y'all can hear in the chat. Talk real quick. Nah, I'm telling you to say something real quick. My bad. I thought you were talking to the fucking what's good with it, man? What topic you on right now? We talking about the Karmelo Anthony shit still, and me saying that he won't be found guilty in the trial of murder because of the simple fact they have a precedent of law case that they can refer to now that just happened a month ago. Yeah, but shit, it seems like if we gonna go with history, that they don't even follow that shit no more. They just do what the fuck they want to do nowadays in certain cases. So what we're gonna do is, well, for me, there's always them being able to do whatever they want to do, But what we're going to do is we're going to make sure on this platform, we make people see the blind truth. If you say Carmelo Anthony should have went to prison, should go to prison for life, you need to say that Caysen and Allison should be going to prison for life.
Yeah. So we already went over how they made like it was some new evidence, but it really wasn't.
Yeah. I talked about that in the video as well. That it wasn't nothing new. They just put up a write-up that saying he got they promoted it like he got charged as an adult, like that's new. But I'm like, if from Texas, you already know 17, you an adult on a murder charge.
So I could like clear that up, like with the local agency, that's where that word charge is gonna come from. So when he got charged as an adult for murder, that's where the charge words come from, and that's not as serious as an indictment. That comes from a grand jury who go over the evidence and make it federal if they feel it's worth it. And like I'm pretty sure you already told them, that's why ain't no indictment came yet, because they ain't got nothing like it. Clearly, it's been I don't know how many months, 2 months.
Almost, we finna approach 2 months now. There's no indictment. So people need to know that he is. I've told them 100 times. I think a lot of people just want to get on the internet and throw out their opinions. You know what I'm saying?
I had to go read up. I said, fuck it, I'm going to just read up on my own.
Yeah.
I'm tired of seeing all these words, semantics,
yeah,
all these different blogs having the wrong information.
Facts.
But yeah, man.
That's why I told you that shit. I said, oh, bro, I went and read it, and that wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and I made sure I asked because I was like, I don't want to. This shit don't even sound like. Why should I on CNN in this?
Exactly.
Fox News?
I said that right away when I sent it to you. I think that was Saturday. And it kind of struck me as crazy because it came out on a Saturday in the first place, and it's Memorial Day weekend. I'm like, bro, they ain't going to the courthouse this weekend. Now they do go to the courthouse and make decisions on the weekend. They do that, but I'm saying they not making this decision on Memorial Day weekend. That's not happening.
True.
And I said, this don't seem right. So that's what made me go look. And I said, no major reports are reporting on it. And then I went and looked at the blog or the write-up they followed. They just chose to use the certain words to make people click the story. Like he been motherfucking charged as an adult.
Right. They just remixed the same shit that already happened.
Yeah.
Day one, basically.
Yeah.
Like I told somebody, might have been on your Instagram or somewhere, but I told him, bro, it haven't been no update since he bonded out, really.
Nah, none. The only update that really came was that he was allowed to graduate. That's the only real official update. He was allowed to graduate high school. He can't go to the. No. Hell no. They came to an agreement. Him and the school board and everything. He just cannot go to the ceremony. He can't walk the stage.
Oh, okay.
But he is graduating. He's getting his high school diploma.
The little dude I seen, no disrespect to him, Austin Metcalf daddy, he had been, saying how much of a Christian man he was and how he already forgave this guy. But why are you coming out in protest of him receiving his high school diploma? Because you definitely did. I just seen this.
Well, I got that on the video, and that's what I'm trying to tell people. And when you talk to adults, it's sad that we're in that point in life that adults can't comprehend and they're refusing to just listen. I'm not telling Austin's dad how to feel. He doesn't have to forgive Karmelo ever. But don't come tell us you forgave him if you didn't. Because then I'm just going to say, bro, you clearly haven't forgiven him. And I'm not telling you that you have to or you need. That's upon you. But you don't have to try to dress it up and make it look good for me. Your son ain't been dead 2 months, man. But these actions are showing that you haven't forgiven him. And to forgive him would mean I'm just going to fade away. Forgiving him mean you don't even care how the court outcome comes. Forgiving him would mean I don't want to see Karmelo in prison. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You not on that level, bro, and you don't have to be on that level. That's what I'm trying to tell people. I don't need racist white people. I'm not trying to change y'all.
Hell no.
We're not. I'm not telling racism to end.
There's some nice percentage of us that's already passed that racism is never going nowhere. And we ain't even trying to make it not go nowhere at this point. I already said that shit. Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm not cool with it, but I'm not gonna keep lying and playing like we can eliminate this shit if we just show some more love. Or if we wasn't such niggerish.
Yeah.
If y'all just stop doing all that shit, that's why they look at us a certain way, man. Get the fuck out of here. And people is teaching this shit, it's gonna always be there. We can be the most perfect. And then when you think about that, why the fuck do they hold a validation award, nigga, of who's what?
Come on.
We got way better morals than any ethnic group. If anybody gonna be holding the award for who gets some the best morals and shit, like, nah, it's gonna be blacks.
428 in the chat. You're gonna answer this question. You're either gonna answer this question with the direct answer, or you're gonna come join the live and speak on it, or you getting blocked. Fight like a man. And you also said you can't stab everyone you're scared of. So, should Caysen Allison be going to life for prison because he stabbed somebody and didn't fight? Yes or no? He got found not guilty a month ago. Caysen Allison. He stabbed the kid in high school 2 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe 2-3 years ago. They just went to their trial. He is not going to prison for life. He stabbed Joe Ramirez 4 times in a high school bathroom. They were beefing. Their beef was going back and forth for a little while. They ended up in a bathroom together. Fight broke out. He stabbed him 4 times and killed him in the midst of the fight. So 428. Should Caysen Allison be going to prison for life? He's the white guy at the bottom of the thumbnail underneath Karmelo. 428. Answer that question or let me know if you coming to join. If not, you are blocked. You just got to answer, bro.
And if people keep putting their hands on your shit, you can stab every one of them motherfuckers.
But I like these trolls right here because of the simple fact y'all prove the points. Responding to y'all helps bring clarification for other people watching. So he should go to prison for life as well. I said, should Caysen Allison be going to prison for life as well? And now it seems like you're trolling. Why should he be going to prison for life? You follow the laws, don't you? The laws said no. So the laws of the land don't matter? The laws of the land don't matter anymore? They said it was no intent. If you don't show intent to kill, if you don't premeditate it and show intent to kill, that automatically drops it down to manslaughter. And then it has to meet a certain level of requirement to be a manslaughter. This is what it is. Y'all let these people tell y'all how to think and feel, bro. We don't do that over here, dog. I came in earlier today hot, and I came with the raw uncutness to let y'all know, bro. And I got to keep combating it because this is the world we live in now, where everybody's on the internet just arguing. They're just arguing. They don't have real stances. They don't have real information. They don't have real points. They're just on the internet to talk because they have an audience. That's pointless to me. You can do what you want to do and make your money, but that shit is beneath me. I don't care how nobody feel about it either. I'm not changing my mind. There's nothing you can do to change me. All that old pointless conversation shit on the internet for shits and giggles to impress a teenage audience. Fam, I'm not a teenager. I'm a grown man. My audience is grown, y'all. I don't have a 16 and 17-year-old audience. I do have 16 and 17-year-olds that watch and support for sure. But my core audience is 25 and up.
Oh man, why in my brain I'm sitting over here, I'm like waiting for you to say what you say. And I was finna tell these people, stop letting these motherfuckers tell y'all it's not about race. And look at the latest comment. It's not about race, but so many make it that way. It's really just hate with the mask on it.
Stevie O, I live in Texas. Everything is about race. Everything. And you're not finna make us not see that. If you tell me it's not about race, that means you are ashamed of your history.
That nigga looking for an easy out. Coward ass nigga. He don't want to have to face that monster every day.
Yeah.
That bitch don't leave. That bitch don't leave.
You're going to deal with that for the rest of your life. And when you get around certain black people like me, I like confrontation like this. I like going back and forth about this. I'm one of them. I'm going to tell you it's about race because that's what it's about. Psychologically, you've been trained to move off of race yourself. That's the first thing you notice when you look at another human. Now, when kids are kids, they not like that. They don't know that yet. 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds and shit, they don't give a fuck. You'll have a 5-year-old white kid that'll come run up and jump on you as a black man. They don't give a fuck yet. But society, and I'm talking about America, we have 500, actually, 600 years of oppression. You can't erase history, dog. And this ain't just a racial thing in the form of not liking each other. We're talking about America. It's going to be race-based first because that's how the country was built. That was the structure of the country, to be race-based first in America. Other countries, it might be religion. Other countries, it might be territory. But the dividing factors are the dividing factors of people, bro. We know it's about race. This is about race. And we not play stupid with it. My bad, John. We froze up for a second.
Must be propaganda, huh?
You ain't gonna never see how many murders. They're never gonna promote how white people are more welfare than black people. They're not gonna promote how white people get the most tax breaks, the most tax cuts. They're never gonna promote how they get the most legal assistance. And while we here, I want to speak on this again. You know, I had talked to you about that 1090 Jake situation.
Right.
And it's crazy because it's a lot of stupid black niggas. And I love my niggas that's stupid too. That's the one thing about me. I can look at you as a dumbass lost nigga that ain't doing nothing but shooting yourself in the foot and allowing yourself to be pimped. I'm going to say you stupid. That's just me. Because I know you are mentally brainwashed and I can put all these facts in your face. But because of your ignorance and your your need to feel that you have to compete with what I'm saying because I'm another brother, you gonna allow yourself to continue to be pimped out and allow yourself to be in your people, your culture, to be pimped out by outsiders that never had any good intentions for you, just so you can try to prove a point that you smart and woo-de-woo. Separate conversations, bro. We're not here to glorify gang violence. I'm not a gang member and I'm not a gang banger. Never have been one. But I understand gang culture because I'm a black man that grew up in America. That's why you don't hear me shitting on gang members and disrespecting gang members. And nigga went to school with gang members. Nigga got friends that he grew up with that joined gangs, my nigga. They all over the neighborhood. I understand, and you understand how it goes in other cities. But that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about how gangs are bad for our community or what wrong gangs have done in our community. That ain't what we're talking about. That's happened globally. The cartel has done bad for Mexico. The gangs overseas have done bad. But it seems like whenever you think of gang activity, why does black men have to be the face of that? You know?
Man,
Huh?
they know we don't do the worst of the worst when it comes to any of these lanes and topics we're talking about. It's just,
Yeah.
they want to frame it that way to keep us in the same position that we in.
Yeah.
And the easiest way to do that is have everybody feeling the same way that they feel now about us. So if a nigga got all these different races, the white people got all these different races not liking blacks globally, then that's gonna help keep us pinned down globally. You know what I'm saying? So we got to keep spreading that message and shit. Just like you'll argue with a Mexican about maybe who's tougher, and they'll be like, oh, y'all niggas just degenerates and all you black people do. And they'll start naming all the stereotypical shit black people do. And then all of a sudden, they'll use their degenerate shit as something that's positive. Like, well, we got the cartel. We'll kill all you niggas and shit. Like, hold on, bro. You just said we was degenerates for having people that, like, supposedly commit all the murders and the crimes and we sell all the dope over there, but then you bragging about the cartel. So that tells you they don't really have morals, and it's not really a real argument. It's just, we just want to paint y'all as such because that helps keep y'all niggas pinned down. We don't want, y'all already kicking our ass organically in all the aspects of life. Why the fuck would we help y'all and just, you know what I'm saying? It's a secret competition, especially with the Latinos, but we can really get on all these motherfuckers, really, though.
Well, what I'm on right now with this 1090J stuff is the nigga name is a blood name, bro. 1090 is a blood number. That's a blood number. And I asked Allison for that yesterday. Because I thought that I heard that before, that was a blood number. So you have a blood name. You claiming that you are blood is the only people really started watching you. And it's not because you're blood, it's because you're white. That is the thing that drew the people to you. And now, to my understanding, he was not a blood on the streets at all. So you went to prison and became a blood for what it seems as to benefit you in that situation you was in. Okay. Survival mode. He said brotherly love overriding oppression or whatever. Cool. You did that, but then you decide to take that and run up a bag off of that. That same thing. These guys that's standing around you, and you know this though. We don't have to play dumb. We don't have to be fake for you. You know that this is what's driving you. You know that you being seen as an official member is the thing that's making you have the success that you have, right or wrong.
I would agree.
We supposed to believe he think that people just rock with him because he 1090 Jake? Or because they think he really a gangster? Or is it because they feel that he has real blood members that's vouching for him?
That was definitely his way in, and then to stay in the door was to go dig up and pay for all that information of who did what in these cases and shit like that. You know what I mean?
So your whole existence and your whole brand is you being a blood. I mean, you went and got a $10,000 blood chain, $100,000. He always brags about that $100,000 chain. He brags. He used to say, "Yeah, I got a $100,000 chain." Oh, they see me wearing a $100,000 chain. When he said that, I knew, like, we don't even talk like that about our jury. The way he would say it, yeah, man, they see me wearing this $100,000 chain. We don't even describe our jury like that. Nigga, when a nigga talk about what he spent on his jury, he gonna say, yeah, 100 on the chain, 50 on the wrist, 35 on the pinky. Nigga, I got 100,000 on my grill, nigga. I dropped 100 on my grill. He says it in a pattern of, I'm describing my chain like it's a object. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like he really didn't want that. He just got it because he feel like that's what he's supposed to do.
Facts.
To look cool in our culture.
Facts.
Yo.
Philosopher, what's the deal, G?
Yeah, man. You were saying, yeah, 1090, that is a number, bro. That means grimy. That's a cleanup set, man. That means they bang on other blood sets, bro. So I be trying to tell people, you got a white boy, who's his opposition, who is he gonna go kill?
Yeah.
To be honest, you got a white man that's in a black game. The opposition is most likely another African American, another black man. Who is he gonna go bang on?
Facts.
Nobody really sit there and really think about this. This man used everybody to get where he is now. That 1090 really means blood on blood wall. You're going against your own if they ain't right, bro. Clean up set. That's all it is. You know what I mean? But the fact of the matter is, and I heard you were talking about the Anthony shit, not to go back. People don't understand that one person gets relief on a case, it becomes precedent in the law books, bro. So everybody can get relief off of that man's case.
Facts.
So Anthony will get relief off of this case because it ain't one thing about the feds, even though niggas, like you said, will get railroaded, a lot of us get DDT'd in the courtroom. But at the same time, when the federal laws and the appellate law, I will get relief because it's not fair if he gets relief and I don't. And it's the same statute, same case law. So everybody's going to get relief off of that case law. It's somebody right now that went through it right now that's in an appeal that's going to use that in prison to use Austin's case to get out of prison right now.
Okay, so this one right here ain't federal, but it's a state case. But it just got they just found them not guilty of homicide a month ago.
What we talking about?
Talking about Caysen Allison.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you if that was on the same level or not.
Yeah, that one is state.
Okay.
No, neither one of them are fed.
Oh,
so does that matter, Allison, if it's fed or not?
Nah, because and when they argue in cases, even in a state case, you could use a federal case law where somebody else got relief in a case state. to cite, like to get relief from that. Like in such and such, yada yada yada, U.S. Supreme Court, this dude, yada yada yada, this same person happened, and we want to cite this case. You know what I mean? You can use everybody's case to cite to get some relief. So Anthony, his don't best believe his lawyer is gonna cite the same case law as
I mean,
this other white boy getting.
I feel like that's a no-brainer. People want to argue me down, and I haven't made an official video yet with this precedent of law, but I'm going to. I planned on doing it already. I'll probably do it later this week or maybe next week. I'm gonna make that video because of the simple fact everybody's jumping the gun, and I'm like, hey, bro, this Caysen Allison case, which is about 2 hours away from the Karmelo Anthony case, bro, it's the same state. Very similar situations. High school students, high school grounds, and they both involved a knife. So people are saying this is not the same thing. I'm like, yeah, it's really not, because the Caysen Allison one is actually worse than the Karmelo Anthony one.
Yeah, it was
They
multiple
were
stabbing.
beefing. They
Yeah.
they were beefing. He stabbed them 4 times instead of 1, and they were
Yep.
beefing.
Like you say, they was beefing, which means he knew they had a problem already. He was prepared. He was like, nigga, I'll stab this nigga. I'm gonna start bringing this knife to school, nigga.
Come on.
I'll stab this nigga, and he did it.
Killed
And
them.
they looking at it as a white boy in an area beefing with a group of Mexicans. If you really look,
Oh yeah.
you ain't see nobody really peep that angle. It's a white boy, and the person he stabbed was Mexican, and his whole crew or a group of Mexicans against one white boy going into that bathroom.
Yeah.
See, nobody looked at that angle. It's like Carmelo. He wasn't even on school grounds. That was somewhere off school campus, and the knife was a cleat utensil. So I hear, allegedly. You know what I
So
mean?
They dug up some shit on Ramirez to try to make him look like he was a violent person. That's what somebody was saying.
yeah, they showed that they showed that he liked to get in fights and everything like that. But
Record his fights.
yeah, he
They
liked
say you have it,
fights.
and that went against him in that courtroom. Just that, if they went on that man TikTok and they seen all that shit going on, that's gonna have a problem. They're gonna play that in court. Oh, look, he has a history of wanting to fight people, bullying. You know what I mean? This is not his first time. Look at this. Look at this. He records his fight, the Trench Giron in the background. And I'm surprised none of them got. Yo, you ever notice? Listen, if we go on a home invasion and God forbid I die in that home invasion, you get charged with my murder, right? You know that, right?
Yeah.
So I'm surprised nobody else that was recording it, cheering it on, because those of his crew got charged for his own murder. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Because they do shit like that, bro.
I know when you committing a crime together, they do it for sure. Like, say if you get into like like say if 2 cops like what they'll do is they'll do shit like this. A prime example. Say you go rob a bank and y'all get in a high-speed chase and y'all shoot at the police. And the police shoot back at y'all and they miss y'all, but they hit somebody else that ain't got nothing to do with it in the car. And y'all wreck the car, they catch y'all, they arrest y'all. Even if your bullets didn't hit them people, they charging you for that murder.
Facts.
So whatever damage they do is they putting it on you.
Yeah.
Like
Right
if they
there.
homeboy, they gonna put the murder of your homeboy that they did on
Yeah.
you.
It's been happened before out here in Texas for sure.
I done seen it happen in Florida like that too.
Yeah,
I seen two
I done heard
friends.
some stories.
They're two friends. They were trying to steal copper. I guess one of them touched the thing first and got electrocuted. They charged the other Puerto Rican kid with the kid's death because they went in there to try to steal something. He wound up beating it though, but they still charged him because it's an angle. Because they went to go grab the copper and start pulling. The dude touched it first and got electrocuted and died. Another one ran. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
So,
I wanted to go back to the 1090 stuff because, bro, dudes didn't even understand. All he did was show how white he was, bro, as a nigga. I don't need to be a gang member to understand verbiage. Like, hey, Man, I went around all these Bloods and these OGs, and they ain't got nothing. I got more money than half the set. Bro, joining the set wasn't never supposed to be about money, bro. He not telling y'all the real reason why he don't want to claim blood no more.
We taking that money from not we, because I ain't into that, but them
Yeah.
Shine, them Joe, that Shaquille set. That see, I could talk because I don't get into that. I don't be on that no more. I'm a civilian. I'm a grown man. I'm just an average man. Just stay in your lane when you're around me. And the same thing for every man. I don't need a gang to support me. I've been my own. Back then, I was part of that set years ago before Apes. This kid, like I just tell people, like they say, just look around you. If it's in front of you, you can see it, and you see for what it. Yo, it is what it is. You just got to read it. The man's telling you himself all these years what he was. You know what I mean? He admitted it just in interviews. If you let somebody talk enough, they'll tell on themselves.
Yeah.
And yesterday, when you played that video, that's why I told you to play it. When I played the video, like, bro, you know, when you did all that shit, you snitched on the smoke shop that you was working for, and you got them indicted and raided. If you listen before it cut off, he said facts. He admitted it. He
So,
snitched and got him raided.
so even with that right there, we still get here today. I'm not trying to tell him to change, y'all. I don't give a fuck what he does. This ain't even about him personally. This is about that thing that exists in our culture when we want to invite everybody to the barbecue and try to stamp others into our shit and let them give them the like gavel to decide of what's good for us, what's bad for us. He should have never been a face of any type of decision making or authority in our culture because he never cared like that. It's just a money grab for him.
Facts. He ain't from
So
it.
that's what I'm on. It's not about 1090 Jake. He's just one of the names that has done it before. I'm not telling y'all not to watch the nigga. I'm just telling y'all 2 years ago when he did, or whenever that was, he did what he did with Kodak. That was the straw for me that said, okay, you showed me what y'all always show me. Never let your guard down with these white dudes. They're going to show their true colors. If I say that about you and then you do exactly what I said, I really have a disdain for what you presenting after that. So I never still got on the internet and expressed the disdain.
Yeah, so like in the black culture, we got our own street justice system, you know, and there's violations that got different, you know, things that go with them. And like shit, like so, you know, snitching. That's what he was always around. You used to get exiled or worse. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you just get exiled. But anyway, who the fuck made this nigga the sheriff, nigga?
Come on.
The system did it. They did it.
Oh, go ahead.
They put them in position. It's like everybody has a position to keep us down, bro. They gave him that position to take their money back. The faster they'll give you the money, the faster they'll take it back. It's just all a strategic play, bro. It's all a strategic play, bro. They put this man in position to break down all these rappers. Who run the record labels? Small hats. They give you the money and then they'll take it back. He ruined so many lives. Look at Boston Richie, all these other people. You got somebody who is the well-known snitch himself, and is not really from the culture. He's not. I told y'all, he's not from no neighborhood. He's not from no street gang, black neighborhood. None of that. He just made a mistake living with his rich aunt, and he played and played the videos with me. He robbed his aunt's house, bro, and got caught, bro. And he went to prison, bro. That's it, bro. That is the most goofiest shit in the world, bro. That is the most goofiest fucking shit in the world, bro. And for anybody to sit there and stand with that, because them people on on that platform, shout out to 050, we got cool afterwards. They were all D-riding him, bro. Like, bro, I'm like, what are y'all
Well,
doing?
the 050 dude, I don't know him, but it sounds like he co-signing his new decision.
Well, because you know why? That's why me and him fell out. Me and Fool, we fell out for that same reason. And the fake Jim Jones paperwork. Because they like to put out fake paperwork on people just to get
Okay.
clout. They'll tell you that. They did that. That's what they on. That's why I don't fuck with them like that. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like that. That's
Well,
what they known for.
Well, I went back in that
OG shit, that fake OG. Remember when he did the little finger thing?
Oh.
1090 Jake, when he was like these so-called OGs. Remember when you was...
Yeah, bro, he did that, bro. He made the little symbol, like, whatever.
Is what they call it.
Like, you say what?
It's called air quotations.
Yeah, he did air quotations, basically like little niggas, like
right.
Like they some little niggas, like whatever, like fuck them. And so I didn't watch the 050's video in full, so I could be wrong if I'm wrong. But it damn near sound like he's only focusing on one part of 1090 Jake's conversation. And see, I'm too wise for that. I've lived too much life for that. And I've already spoke out against what he was doing 2 years prior. So when you come tell me well, this doesn't benefit me and, I need to change my life for the better, I need to elevate, when I'm saying you should not be allowed to say nigga and you should not be caught claiming a black gang, I'm saying that years ago, and people are telling me, who the fuck are you? You not a member, you not. I said, bro, it ain't even about no gang shit. This is a white boy using you niggas to get rich, and he's gonna throw y'all in the trash. I said that 2 years ago. I told niggas that on Clubhouse. They had every name in the book to call in it, because you know how disrespectful them niggas on that talk.
You right. And you want to know what's
Bro,
crazy?
they called me everything. You a lame, you this, you that. Mind you, I want this to be clear. All the niggas that call me names on the internet, none of that happens in person. BP, we was outside Saturday in 3rd Ward, right?
Yeah.
How many black people you think was out there?
400, 500.
About 400 or 500. We on a area of 1, 2, 4 blocks of hanging out, cars parked, black people, black Americans, 2 bars, 3, 4 bars, food trucks, hangouts, females out there, the streets, the real trenches of Houston is out here. This is where they go. Ain't nobody coming up to me calling me a bitch ass nigga or a hoe. Nobody coming to me calling me a fake street nigga. That only happens on the fucking internet. And I've never presented myself as that. I'm telling them, y'all are getting pimped out by another white guy. He showed I was always weary. And I've used the nigga content before because it was the trending topic. This is what everybody talking about today. Well, fuck it, we gonna cover it. Then it was a time when he got at Miko Freako Worldwide. I said, hey, we gonna use that. But then, guess what? I say, hey, bro, this nigga is for sure going to show y'all. After he did that with Kodak, I said, oh, he gonna throw y'all away. Because when you tell me that you can do something as a white boy, but a black man can't, as in Kodak, I said, oh, you one of those. Bet. It's gonna come out. And what do you know? 2 years later, he's denouncing it all.
Bro, if you really think about it, he has no respect for niggas because that was supposed to be a private convo. How dare you say that out in the open like this?
Come on. That's what I'm saying.
And then look, if people ain't really looking that far back, but I am because I'm a little older, nigga. You fighting for the validation. You like, hey, I'll throw all of my black friends away and all that shit away for what? Proven, documented anti-black racist white dude just because he got a lot of money or
come on.
Facts. Come on, Wahlberg racist. A lot of people don't know that.
I want to prove myself to Mark Wahlberg now, so it's fuck you niggas.
Y'all know what he went to prison for, right? Y'all know what Mark Wahlberg went to jail for when he was younger, right? You can hear me?
My shit messed up. Hello?
Yeah, it kind of like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was saying, but y'all know what he went to jail for, right?
Yeah, you said it.
No, I forgot what was.
Said taking his auntie guns.
Mark. No. I'm talking about Mark Wahlberg. He's a racist himself.
Oh yeah,
Mark Wahlberg went to jail for beating. He beat up Asian. He used to beat up Vietnamese guys.
Yeah.
When he was younger.
He was 15.
In Boston, he
was
did like 60 days.
Yeah, they said 45. He did 45 days. He had a 2-year prison sentence, but he only served 45 days.
Yeah, he hurt the dude real bad, calling them chinks and all that. You gotta understand, Boston is a very racist city. It might be the South, where we at, is racist too, but you listen to LeBron and what these basketball players say when they gotta play in Boston or when they go to play in New England, the football players. You're gonna hear the most outlandish racist shit from these Celtic Irish boys, Italian white boys, these other Portuguese, because a lot of Portuguese up there, Brazilians, Portuguese, Cap Verdeans. You know what I mean? Niggas looking like Benzino and shit. You know what I mean? I'm trying to tell you what it is about that, especially in Lawson, where a lot of Puerto Ricans, that's upstate Mass. That's just what it is. It's just 1090 Jake, he was put in position to keep his thumb on the nigga section. Now, basically, he's basically saying, man, Halloween, I don't want to be a nigga no more. It's like a girl that's trying to, she want a man now. She don't want to be a freak no more.
And see, that's what I'm trying to tell niggas.
You know what I mean?
We not down talking growth and elevation and falling away from being stuck on stupid, bro. I'm not telling him to be still trying to bang or push blood or be outside getting active. But it ain't what you said, it's how you said it. And see, a lot of people, they're gonna fall for that. Oh, he's becoming a man, he's 30 years old. No, you don't do nothing else. All your whole platform, your whole existence is about shit that's unproductive. You don't cover rap music. You don't promote rap music. You don't cover you don't cover hip hop news or none of that. Yeah. That my other phone keep coming on. All right. So let me say this since we got on Mark for a little bit. Yeah. So I pulled up his. I was like, I remember hearing somebody say some keys, and that's yeah. I read that yesterday. So I looked it up. I'm like, bro, they say when he was 50, bro, they said he was hitting the kids with a rock. Black kids killed the niggers. Yeah. Until the ambulance driver intervened. That's the only thing. Say 3 little black kids from hit with rocks by a big ass white boy. Talking about killing niggers. That's the first one. They was like, they got a full list of racist hate. Come on. It's crazy. This is who this nigga Jake is fighting. Basically, what he was saying is, man, we need to get clean up this I need to get white. But this is the whole thing. What are you gonna do? You're not known for nothing else. You're not known for nothing else, bro. You're not known for being funny. You're not known for being a comedian. Hold on. I keep messing up on me like a motherfucker. My bad,
John. You kind of in and out.
45 days. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm in and out like a motherfucker, y'all. My bad.
Yeah, that guy just 1090 Jake.
Like I say, you're not known for nothing else, right? And see, when you a nigga, you know that ain't how they go when you sign up for that shit, bro. You can fall back, you can have growth, but you know that ain't how they go. Thing is, You ain't even go through shit that with niggas will be like, all right, bro, your gang did fuck over you. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you need to tell us something else, you need to come tell us something else. You know what I'm saying?
He done paid that
Because
150
your
grand.
explanation for what you said, that wasn't enough, nigga. Like, hold on, nigga. Just come tell us what it really is now. Because
Them niggas
it
taking that
could be
money
that
from
other
him.
thing. Huh?
They taking the money from him. That's what it is.
So the
He
050
don't want
dude, bro, if I heard correctly, the 050 dude got on the internet talking about a nigga put 50K on the nigga head.
That's a damn lie. He capping too.
But that's what
Them
I'm saying.
niggas,
Like, you say what?
I was saying they capping, man. They ain't got no 50 grand in their head. None of them dudes, man. One thing that we could all be honest, a lot of them niggas ain't even got money like that. 50, they ain't even got $50 in their pocket.
That's why I
You
said
heard?
I'm like, you say what?
No, I was just making sure you heard me.
I know it's not true and it's not factual at all. But I know when we talked about him yesterday, well, when we brought up that video, he had a new 1090J video speaking on him, saying he not a blood no more or whatever. So that's why I brought it up. But I was like, I didn't agree with the way he presented it because he's choosing not to express and show that, hey, bro, this is a nigga that came up off of being a blood in this whole presentation. It's blood, including his name.
Yeah, he just trying to save face with him. That's all he trying to do. Hopefully get tied in with them. That dumb people, one of them,
So
they
it's
Sammy,
050.
huh?
Now I say it's
You
the
hear me?
050 dude. Is they from the same situation or something?
Nah, he just a blood. That dude, he just did 20 years in prison. And as soon as he got out of prison, he moved down south and he do content. You know what I mean? Especially
Okay.
content about gang situations and things that's going on up north. You know what I mean? Between the tri-state area, upper East Coast
Okay.
area. But a lot of that time,
So,
that shit be all capped for clicks and baits, bro.
okay. And I'm not, this the thing with me, bro. I want niggas to always know and understand this. I'm not trying to kill niggas' credibility as a how are they a real member? Are they a real member? Are they a real gangster? Not that's not what my thing is. I'm talking about are we gonna sit up here and act like we don't see how this nigga use the blood culture, the black culture to get rich, and now he wants to go impress the white people. But the only reason they know you is because of black culture. That's it.
That's it. That's all he known for.
That was making him so popular about who snitched and who didn't snitch were really paying to be proved to be useless anyway. It's not like anybody was gonna act on that shit.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, there might have been one or two times where it was like, all right, we ain't gonna listen to this guy music no more. So fucking what though?
Yeah.
Like, this shit wasn't really relevant.
Nah.
It wasn't like we was running drug organization. It was like, thank you, Jake, for letting us know we got a rat in our organization, and now we can stop the bleeding. Like something we've been losing a lot of money. We couldn't figure it out. Like, nigga, it ain't nothing useful with this shit. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
that shit
Yeah,
was
he was just all
it was
negative. Most of
entertainment. That's it.
That's what I'm telling you. I'm like, that's why on some of the videos I would make, hey, bro, a nigga don't agree with the telling, but I'm not doing nothing to nobody, and neither y'all. This is an unproductive conversation. Unproductive. It
facts.
wasn't something we asked for or needed. It was a way for him to come up. And even when he went on there with the shirt that said "fuck your favorite rapper," bro, I really took that as you were saying "fuck y'all, fuck you niggas."
What these white folks do is they skim the surface on what all the things they can exploit off us. Like, okay,
They seem to care about snitching a lot. I bet if I could prove who all the snitches is, I can make some money off it.
Exactly.
Or that's just like one example, but it's like always that's all they do is exploit. Niggas just figure out a way to like get in there, nigga, and where we really don't need their asset.
Well, that's what I would say about like, bro. That's what I say even about like Vlad, Adam 22. They post shit and promote shit that they don't even give a fuck about. That can be seen as serious for us, but they don't give a fuck. But they like, hey, let me feed these birds this bread. That's what these niggas be eating off of. Let me post these niggas paper. I'm like, bro, I don't fuck with that. Like, I see posts getting made to their platforms or conversations they have on their platforms, or even like the conversation with the other nigga, they like, we gonna post his paperwork. I'm like, nigga, for what? You don't care about who's snitching, nigga. The what's the nigga name? Aaron dude, plumber.
Yep.
Like, bro, what y'all threatening or talking about? We need to post this paperwork for, nigga. The fuck do y'all care? But it's like, hey, I know this gonna fuck you up with your people, but I don't give a fuck about it. That's some hoe ass shit.
But and another thing, if nobody sees the Malibu most wanted in him, y'all is crazy, bro.
Bro, that
All
nigga
y'all
don't
got,
even got a bro. He don't even got a scar on his face no more. I seen
bro,
two pointed that out.
bro. Let me tell you something, bro. Have you ever noticed, if you from a neighborhood or even all these rapper people, they would like to do a video or walk down the neighborhood they come from to solidify them? He
Yeah.
never did that. You know why? Because like I told y'all yesterday, the neighborhood he comes from, me and you walking down the streets, we're gonna run into a Karen asking us, do we live here? That's what I'm trying to get people to understand. He's a kid that just made a mistake, bro. He stole from his own aunt because he had an oxycontin problem, bro. He was messing on blues, bro. He was a junkie, bro. That's all
Gotcha.
he
So
is.
he was really he was at a dark time. He was at a very dark time in his life and did some fucked up shit to his family and got sent to prison.
That's it. Got caught. That's the goofy. That's not gangster. I was trying to. We ain't trying because we grown now. But just guys think about this, bro. He's never been in trouble. He's from a gated community where they drive golf carts. Straight not in
Yeah.
Tampa. He's not from no hood in Tampa. He got a drug problem and hangs out with the people, the kids in the gated rich neighborhood where he comes from, where we can't go. And he's got a blues problem. So you rob your aunt's husband's firearms, then go outside with them and get caught with them the same week. You know how dumb that is?
Hold on, y'all finna fix this shit. Hold on, y'all finna fix this up. I'm gonna put it on the computer. Hold on real quick. Hold on, y'all finna fix it real quick.
All right.
I'm gonna put it. Y'all finna put it on the computer and let it run like that for a little bit before we close out.
You can do it without stopping it.
Yeah, when you put it on StreamYard, because I'm on StreamYard, the website, because I got this account on the computer. Because this phone keep dying like, oh,
Somebody
damn.
said some real shit. Why don't why don't he talk about Boston shit? The white boy, Righty Bulger.
If a nigga computer will cut the fuck on. Hold on real quick. Hey, my shit do that.
So why y'all talking about this shit?
Yeah, we know why you don't talk about Boston shit.
Cause them people ain't gonna play that shit. Them Irish, them 21 families, them Irish people ain't gonna play with them.
And it's crazy, bro. It's really a true testament of who we are as a people because we let other people tell us how to think and move for so long. They keep on showing us like, hey, bro, I really don't fuck with y'all niggas like that. But that nigga that got mentioned by our top most popular people in this game, and they've made him be a part of major topics and conversations. Like, they just shouted him out on the biggest stages, my nigga.
Yep.
And that nigga was never forced.
That's why, you know, the government plant is real. A
Yeah.
government plant is for real. A government plant. It's like I'm trying to tell y'all guys, if any of y'all was to make it and they be like, yo, we want to know about you. Take us on a ride. You gonna take them in Texas. I'm gonna take them to New York. I'm gonna take them through Florida where I come from. You know what I mean? I'm gonna take them. Why hasn't this dude ever showed where he actually comes from? That should tell you, that should tell you everything, bro. This is Bobby from King of the Hill, bro. This really, this is who you dealing with. You dealing with a straight ass spread thing, but we couldn't say it in the lingo spread thing. He's a straight cracker, bro. He's not from our culture. He hasn't been through any pain and suffering. He don't understand us. You know what I mean? He really
But
B-Rad.
well, he showed his hand with me too when he talked about the money situation with the OGs, and I'm like, hey fam, you just showed that you thought being a blood was about the money.
And you
Nah.
know, and he was paying for what, yo, just to have that name. Don't they ain't even on ledge. Oh, he was breaking it off. What we like to say, bro. He was breaking off that check, bro. He
I
just don't
bet he
want to
was.
pay no more. He just either his content going down and he trying to save money and it's starting to add up in his bank account. Like, yo, I can't keep paying these motherfuckers.
Well, I did also. I'll just say this, bro. He know that doing that type of content, that shit is gonna run out, bro.
Thanks.
Yeah, he gonna always be able to drop videos and get views. He make videos that people are entertained by. He got a fan base, but he thinking about the future, bro. Hey, how do I transition? That's what he thinking about. How do I transition from this shit? But really, nigga, this shit is the reason why we even know you. If you notice, all the other members, all the other guys, they ain't never go back and talk down on they big homies. Niggas ain't
See,
never publicly get on the internet and shit on they big homies.
you
What
could do
nigga
that.
did that?
See, he could do that when see he's the white boy. That's why I say niggas like to pick and choose, bro. It's like them niggas, just like them niggas in the West Coast. They extort me and you and say that we gotta check in, but his fat ass can walk anywhere he want. All these white movie stars can go anywhere they want, bro. Ain't nobody making Eminem check in,
Yeah.
but they want to extort your own community, extort food trucks that just trying to come up. This is what you see about, and it's sickening, bro. It's very sickening. It's just like that dude that came up on the Breakfast Club, and he said, and they asked him that the small hat guy, you know what I mean? He's just like he got the same religion as Vlad. They said, yo, Charlamagne told him, like, you know, it's causing harm to the black community. He's like, well, I got to feed my family.
Oh yeah, you talking about Lior?
Lior, I
Yeah,
got to
them,
feed my family. I'm willing to step on you niggas just to get where I need to go to because everybody else is doing it. You're
and that's
God's chosen people. You're
crazy.
God's chosen people, but we're gonna suck the blood out of you dry and use you for everything. But you're God's chosen people, all right. You're beautiful bums. That's just what it is. That's basically what they're saying.
Hey, these motherfuckers be wanting you to think how they want you to think too, boy. They gonna try to make you think how they want you to think, and if you provide any protest or any pushback, or you don't make it easy for them, oh, you're emotional or you're hard to work with. You don't want to let them fuck you over, and that's why I've been trying to get across to people, bro. Like, I don't care, bro. Like, I'm up under how I came up, dog. You ain't gotta, niggas ain't gotta agree with it. Niggas don't gotta want to be with it. Niggas ain't gotta want to deal with it. But don't try to make me move on the way you want me to move so you can benefit from it, nigga.
And so
It
far, it's
is.
gonna backfire. It's gonna backfire. I think, you know what I mean? It ain't bro, he ain't gonna be able to do what he think he wanna do. And like I told y'all before, them same people when I went on the platform, it's crazy. You said the dude was sticking up for him. Again, you know what I mean? That's the crazy part about it. That's
Yeah,
sad, bro.
like, yeah, he basically was going in on the bloods for the nigga, like, yeah, man, this is what happened. I'm like, but bro, that ain't what this conversation is only about, my nigga. Like, this man got on here and said saying the N-word is only gonna hold you back. And I'm like, you just realized that now at 30?
And
I
him
was saying
saying that,
from day one
and
that you
him
saying the N-word.
him using that word. Let me tell y'all something, bro. In prison, he was not saying that nigga, bro.
We
Black
know.
niggas in prison, we is not having that. You not a white boy. They're going, especially in the South, bro, with these old ass niggas. They got principal that been out 30, 40 years. And a lot of them are not trying to be funny or already ass bandits looking for a white boy. So they're gonna look for an excuse to get up on him, bro.
Yeah.
So he was not running around, especially he came from a juvenile prison. His booty already in danger. Ain't trying to be funny or nothing. So he's not saying nigga this. It's gonna be a nigga that's gonna be like, what, Crackle? What you say?
Yeah.
And the old school nigga, he gonna feel disrespected and get on us, yell at us. Well, he know we'll stop at that. He gonna be like, how y'all young nigga gonna let him let this fat ass cracker say nigga? They ain't
Bro,
gonna allow that shit in prison.
bro, I keep seeing this conversation pop across my desk, and I don't know why. Can NBA YoungBoy do a show in Chicago? And has anybody even been thinking that there was going to be a problem with him doing a show in Chicago?
No.
I
What
don't even
the,
think that's on anybody's mind in Chicago right now. We can't let NBA YoungBoy perform here.
the most ignorant shit in the world.
So I'm like, why is niggas even making this a conversation? Even if a couple dumbass fans is typing it in the comments, well, why is niggas even? It's like, bro, niggas be picking the dumbest shit to just really speak on, man. But you know. But let me get my shit together, man. This fucking computer shit ain't working. Y'all turn us up, man. Philosopher, we gonna be back again probably tomorrow. We'll see what up.
all right, y'all be easy, man.
All right, stay up.
Salute.
All right.
Hello, it's the favorite.